Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome aboard the Starship to another episode of Planet New Jersey, the official podcast of the New Jersey Business and Industry Association. I am your host for today, Randy Stevens, and alongside me, as always, is the guru of comm, Vince Savatello. Vince, say hi to everybody.
Hi to everybody.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And welcome to our guest, Lori Margolin, the VP of Strategic Initiatives, Continual Education, and Workforce Development. Lori, I think I did pretty good there. And the
You
president
bet.
of Hudson County Community College, today's sponsor, President Chris Reber. Thank you guys both for being here. Say hi to our audience.
Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Hi, everyone.
Lori, how did I do with the title? I wrote it down, so I tried to, hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, you got it perfect. Perfect.
Awesome,
I don't know
awesome.
what it is. People in education always have the longest titles.
Well, listen, we're not going to, delay the time too much today. We're going to jump right in, but we're excited to have Hudson County Community College with us today. They are longtime supporters of NJBIA and also partners of ours with the New Jersey Community College Consortium. We're excited to have them with us today. I went on their website and I grabbed their tagline where it says Hudson is home. So we hope you guys feel at home with us today on Planet New Jersey. And to start it off, right, we're recording this a couple weeks out, maybe a week and a half out before the holiday season, which everyone knows is coming. So we're going to jump into a quick, icebreaker to see how everybody feels about how many guests are too many guests when it comes to holidays like Thanksgiving, whether you're hosting or whether you're traveling. You guys, it's up to you. Tell us how you feel about that. And as a matter of fact, let me start. We hosted, I think, last year and had about 25 people here. And it was great to be around family and friends and all that, but the cleanup process is not my favorite. So I'm excited going into this year because I think we're expecting maybe about 3 to 5 people, not too many. So I can kind of kick back and actually enjoy it. But how's everybody else feel about the upcoming holiday season?
Lord?
So yeah, I'm really excited. I usually cook for Thanksgiving, and I'd say 8 or less is
Okay.
my sweet spot there.
Eight or less, including you?
Yes.
Okay.
And I prefer to be a guest, not to have guests. And I don't care how many other guests there are. But,
I think everybody prefers that.
well, quick aside, I spent 18 years of my life and career in Erie, Pennsylvania, which is between Buffalo and Cleveland, right on the lake. And they get lake effect snow like you've
I was
never.
gonna say snowy winters, yes, sir.
So last Thanksgiving, we went to visit some family in Erie, and the day after Thanksgiving, they got a snowstorm that wound up dumping 4 feet of snow. We barely escaped before all the highways were closed for days. We're going back foolishly again this year and hoping it doesn't happen again.
Glutton for punishment,
Yeah.
glutton for punishment, Chris.
Yeah.
And Laura, I want to go back. Since you said you cook every year, is there a specialty dish or something that Mrs. Margolin is known for in her family and amongst her friends?
I guess my sweet potato pie. That's always a hit. It doesn't matter if I don't follow the recipe exactly or not. It always comes out good. I don't know what it is, but yeah.
I love sweet potato pie. Yeah. Tastes, if I'm right in what I'm thinking of, it tastes a lot like pumpkin pie, and I love pumpkin pie too. So
Yeah, it's just sweet. It's kind of like a vegetable dessert, so
Oh,
you can't get better than that.
all right. So, with all the holiday talk out the way, let's just jump into our conversation. We've got a lot of great points to cover here. There's a lot of wonderful things going on at Hudson Community College. I remember this from our pre-production show. Lori, Chris, somebody go ahead and just tell us some of the things you guys are up to up in that area.
Well, it's an incredibly inspirational community college, and inspirational because of the people that we
Mm,
serve. We're a very urban, diverse community college. We serve about 24,000 students a year, and that's credit and non-credit. And we're a proud Hispanic serving institution, but the vast majority of our students are the first in their families to pursue a higher education credential. And when they succeed, it's life-changing, literally.
wow.
And we often say it's not lost on us that we're literally located in the shadow of the Statue of Liberty because that's a metaphor for our mission. We're truly the gateway to the American dream. So we have been focused at the college on two overarching priorities. One is student success, meaning using data and best practice to get students to the finish line, to to graduate, to earn credentials, to transfer, to achieve their goals. And the principal challenges to that for our students are whole life challenges. And the second piece is leveraging our rich diversity as one of the most diverse institutions of higher ed in the nation, located in the most diverse city in the nation, Jersey City. We want to leverage that rich diversity to achieve higher levels of excellence in service of our mission. And that includes things like addressing historic achievement gaps and equity gaps. And all of that work is shared by our whole college community. So I've never been in an institution where everyone is more committed to the same values and principles. And I worked in public higher education for my entire career. That's 45 years.
Wow.
So it's a really special place.
Well, that actually hits pretty, close to home for me because I was a first generation, college graduate in my family too. And you're right. I like how you addressed it. It's like, and for me, and let's go back to, I think I finished school in undergrad in 2006, and I can see the folks that came up behind me that now start to say, you know what, because he did this, I can do this. And you're right. It opens doors and it's kind of life changing, not just for you as an individual, but for the family or the community that you represent. Growing up in the inner city, I'm a Mercer County guy, live in Burlington County now. I had a friend that was lived in West New York. It was my introduction kind of to Hudson County. But I remember like times where I would come home around the holidays if different things were going on in our community. Some of the older guys were like, and would kind of shield me and protect me from certain things because of, what you were striving to do and just the tentacles, I guess, and how it affected everybody from where you're from. So I appreciate you kind of expounding on that a little bit.
Absolutely. Our students come from the lowest family incomes of the 18 community colleges in New Jersey. 1,500 or more of them are learning English as they are the first in their families to pursue a degree. A third were born outside the United States.
Wow.
Our students, 2/3 to 3/4 of our students report challenges of housing insecurity, food insecurity, and or homelessness. So, you think about 20% are parents, many young single parents, and 40% are over the age of 25. All of those issues have very specific life challenges that can derail a student. And we've been focused as a college on having a culture of care that really helps remove those barriers and helps all of our students navigate getting to the finish line. And when that happens, it's inspirational.
How would you say, I mean, forgive my ignorance on this question. So is it more the byproduct of the population of Hudson, or are you actively offering, let's say, like scholarships or something to help remove those barriers that your population is that high?
You mean the population with those challenges? Is that what you mean?
Yes. Yeah.
I think it's a variety of things. Remember, the community college is a distinctly American invention. We have an open access mission, meaning we don't choose our students, they choose us. And we meet every student where they are, and we support every student who comes through our doors. And because of that mission, we're particularly important in terms of our role to traditionally marginalized communities or communities that have these kinds of challenges that make it almost impossible for them to begin at, let's say, a more traditional, more expensive four-year institution. And then, we're located in one of the most expensive areas of the United States. And I think Wallet Hub has named Jersey City the most expensive rent in the United States.
Wow.
So it's not surprising that, as a college focused on serving Hudson County, we're serving folks that have financial challenges. But what I think is really phenomenal is, watching our students move from initially a lot of apprehension, like, how can I do this on top of everything else? And then realizing, and kind of back to your point, Randy, realizing, hey, there are a lot of returning adults. I have them in my classroom. There are a lot of parents of kids who are navigating those issues. Maybe I can make it here. And then they tell their stories, which so often sound like this. I thought this was going to be a place where I struggled to get to class, get away from class. I'm working while going to school. And I quickly found out it's much more than that. It's actually a place that feels like family. It's a place where I feel like I'm cared about, where I feel loved, where I feel encouraged to participate. It almost feels like home. And those stories resulted in our tagline, Hudson is home.
Uh,
That tagline came from our students talking about their experiences at the college.
How do you foster that kind of environment? Because
uh,
it can be very easy, like if I was just to take classes, I sign up, I go to the classes, I go home. So how is it that you can reach out and help that culture foster?
and then just before you answer, if I can add on to that, because then I was thinking the same thing. You're like Jersey's always considered North Jersey, South Jersey, two different worlds. But when you get into the busyness, right, of North Jersey, you think that folks are just always on the go, always on the run, especially in an area like Jersey City. So to follow up on Vinny's on point, like how do you guys intentionally go about trying to accomplish something like that?
I think I have to honestly say, I've never worked in an institution that feels like a more caring environment than this one. So I think part of it is we just really have very caring, passionate, dedicated members of this community. And part of that is because 40% of our workforce are alumni. 40%
Ah,
of employees earned a degree here or attended here. And so it has special meaning to them. The other thing, though, is as we're doing the work as a college community around using data and best practice to help more students persist and complete, uh, we have developed models that focus on things like making sure every student, when they start here, have an academic coach or counselor with a low caseload of students who gets to know them, who's there for them, who is encouraging their success. And that creates an impression in the very beginning that I think can be really motivational for students.
and I mean, and outside of just kind of an initiative, right? You guys are being celebrated and recognized, nationally for some of this work. Lori, Chris, anybody want to explain it or expound about on that a little bit more?
Lori, why don't you go ahead?
Thank you. Yeah, I don't think that there's a month that goes by where we're not recognized for a program as a best place to work, and recognition for the programs that we have. It's on our website. We have a page just dedicated so that the community, our students, can see where we have achieved a best in class performance and have been recognized. In addition to the awards, it's allowed us to work with partners, really high quality, best in class partners. So we're getting kind of the latest research, guidance from people in the field who really have this top notch knowledge that they can share with us, which then in turn only helps us to get better.
Can you give me an example of some of the bigger programs that have been recognized?
Well, let me say Hudson Scholars. So we have developed a model for supporting students and getting them to the finish line, and it has four pillars. Students are working with a coach mentor who has a low caseload of students who's with them every step of the way. The second is students when they achieve an established monthly goal that the student and their mentor establish, they get deposited in their checking account automatically between $125 and $250 a month. They can use it any way they want. The third is high impact practices, I will call them. Our students are working with coaches and mentors and developing a sense of community and esprit de corps. And they're doing things like going to Broadway plays together, going to museums together, going to Fortune 500 companies together, and developing over time a really strong sense of care and partnership and community. And the fourth is we've invested consciously in technology that has helped us have a very sophisticated early alert system. So if a student's they're encountering difficulty, someone notices a red flag, it can be reported very quickly to their coach, their mentor, to people that can help them or reinforce with them, hey, you're doing some great work. I just heard X, Y, and Z. Because time is the enemy for our students. It's about being there for them in the moment, before a flat tire or having your electricity turned off or some other disappointment and it kind of derails your education. And those colors, we have been applying to more and more students. They cost money, but what we have found is as more and more of our students come into this model that we call Hudson Scholars, that has these 4 pillars, their retention and completion is like 3 to 5 times greater than our historical norms for students. And actually, the revenue associated with students persisting compared to the historical trends is greater than the initial seed investment required to bring students into this model. In other words, it's both mission centric and it's actually creating net revenue at the same time. And so we often say it pays to invest in student success. So we started this program with 200 students in it pre-pandemic. And to date, 5 years into the work, we have served 5,000 students through this model, and we are preparing to serve all of our students part-time and full-time over the next 5 years in that model. And meanwhile, our completion rates have just been skyrocketing. They've increased over the last 7 years by probably 5-fold. And this fall, for example, this year we are up in our enrollment over 10% compared to last year. And that's partly because more and more of our students are persisting and are completing. And so we've discovered, I think, just a few ingredients that are so strongly correlated with student success that now it's just an issue of continuing to scale what we know works. And it's the work of the entire college community. So it's ground up engagement. Everyone's involved, faculty, staff, students, and also it involves a very strong culture of care. We have something called the Hudson Helps Resource Center, which is a compendium of wraparound services, social work, counseling, mental health counseling, clothing closet, food pantries. The chefs and students in our national award-winning culinary program, as part of the curriculum, are creating constantly gourmet, nutritious meals that get frozen in our food pantry. Students can come in, no questions asked, take as many home as they want. They can feed kids. 30,000 of those have been prepared since we started doing that a few years ago. Those are just a few examples.
I find it so interesting too. So as a part of the membership team for BIA, like common association knowledge, Chris, is that it's less expensive to retain your membership than to go out and recruit new members. And I kind of heard something that sounded very symmetrical to your approach to students. It's like if we can allow put support around the students to persist, to complete, it's serving the institution better than to just, wait on new recruits to come in. Like that was really interesting to me to hear that.
100%. That's our mission. That's our mission, right? And a mentor of mine years ago said something that has always stuck with me. A happy college is a successful college. And this is a happy college. I mean, we've won one of the awards we're most proud of is we're a great college to work for. We've been named a great college to work for 5 years in a row. And that's on the basis of an external survey of our workforce, answering questions about how they feel about this as their place of employment. And, when faculty and staff are happy and feel cared about, it's not surprising. Students feel that. They feel that. And it does feel like a family here. But finally, I want to segue back to Lori because one of the other ways we've grown, in addition to keeping those students that we have, is serving returning adults. Serving folks in New Jersey who have some credits but never finished a degree, and serving them in non-traditional ways through short-term micro-credentials that meet industry standards, that gives adults an opportunity to earn a a recognized credential that can lead to some immediate employment benefits or new job opportunities. And then in creating those credentials, they're nested in our more traditional associate degree pathways so that students we wouldn't have served in the past are earning a micro credential, but then they find out, oh my, that means I've already finished 10 credits in a certain associate degree, and they're motivated to continue on. Lori leads this work, which I often call the entrepreneurial engine of Hudson County Community College. And Lori, I'm going to pass the baton to you to ask you to speak about some of that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, I think that what Chris talked about in terms of focusing and of our overarching priority is our students, that flows through to our students who we see in our workforce development programs, continuing ed. It's the same way that we approach the work. We have a couple of programs on the workforce side that have been recognized, and there are certain, I wouldn't call them pillars, but on our side, in working with students in the workforce development program, kind of four essential components of the program. So one, we're teaching them skills. Two, we're teaching not only the hard skills, but durable skills. So those skills that'll transfer, that are important at any job that you have. Organizational ability, time management, conflict resolution, all of those kinds of things. Um, in addition, we assign a student success coach to each student. So the student success coach is there kind of as a navigator to address any concern a student has. They get to know the students. They know, they can identify if there are any issues early on, because it's much easier to correct those when they don't become more of an issue where a student is not showing up, all of that. And then we have the academic and non-academic supports. And as Chris talked about, Hudson Helps, and all of that um, together makes for a very strong program. So one of the programs that we have is called Gateway to Innovation. It's focused on financial services and technology. We have a number of different credentials there, like Intuit Bookkeeper, Meta Social Media Marketing, Google IT Support, uh, Data Analytics, and students learn in a hybrid format. So some is online and some is in person. They get the certificate. We also look to provide students a work learning experience, which is something that's really important for students for a variety of reasons. One, they get to know what they're actually going to be doing as opposed to kind of their idea. They build a network, and they have something to put on their resume. So all of those things are really strong and help our students when they finish the program. That program, we've seen almost 500 students in that program with a 90% completion rate. So we're very proud of it. It's also won a number of awards. And then the other one I'll touch upon is our work with court involved, justice involved students. So we work with our colleagues at the Hudson County Department of Family Services and Reintegration, who oversees services at the Hudson County Correction Center, the jail located in Kearney. And we provide an academic and workforce pathways program. So students who are incarcerated have the option to pursue either an associate degree or a workforce program while they're incarcerated. And it's very unique that we've been able to do this in a jail, since in a jail, individuals are there for a shorter time. So we've kind of figured out this model where the instruction is remote, it's virtual, but we have someone on site in person every day to help the student and get to know them. So we've kind of combined the best of both worlds in this situation where students are not maybe there long enough to complete an entire degree if they're not coming in with credits already. And this way, when they are released and they're back in the community, they could seamlessly continue their studies.
That's really
There's
cool.
no, yeah,
Yeah.
no break. And I think we're very unique in being able to do this. And we've had 3 students who have graduated with an associate degree from this program who came into the when they were in the jail. They already had some credits, so we were able to get them over the finish line. And it's the work is so rewarding. And sometimes, in situations like these, it's really so transformative. And as we were saying at the beginning, not only for the individual student, but their family and the community to see that you could turn your life around like this. And the other work that we do in this area is with the New Jersey Reentry Corporation for individuals who were previously incarcerated and or court involved veterans. And we have a number of programs, some leading to academic certificates and others that are workforce programs. Like we have a welding program, we have a culinary arts program, and we've seen great success there as well, and have seen hundreds of students in both of these programs. They started in 2021.
And Lori, I thank you for bringing that up, especially your relationships with the Department of Corrections. I was hesitant if I was going to even share this, but when you mentioned it, I figured I can be a little bit transparent. I have a brother that literally just was not long, I think early this year, was released from doing time from, and he was at a halfway house in North Jersey, and we met, I think, to do pre-production a month or maybe a month and a half or so ago. The very next day, my brother, who was in a reentry program, completed a welding certificate. He sent it to me. And so I'm looking at the certificate, and I see on the top of the certificate, Hudson County, provided by Hudson County Community College. And I literally was like, there's no way. So I went back to my email. I said, these are not the same people that I literally just had a call for. I couldn't help but just start calling and telling everyone in my family, like, dude, what I just met, and then he completed the program. And so when you're talking about it being transformational and helping people transition, like literally, I looked forward to this show because of that impact that literally happened in my family. And I was hesitant to share it, but when you mentioned welding, which is exactly what he recently completed, I was like, you know what, I have to let them know that it's not just touching people, obviously in Hudson County, but even, my family personally, like your program is making effect and pushing people in different directions. So, I mean, I thank you guys for the work that you're doing for sure.
Randy, thank you so much for sharing that. Yes, so,
Yeah.
the reentry population, and I have to say, we are so inspired by the leadership of former New Jersey Governor Jim McGreevey, who heads the New Jersey Reentry Corporation. Uh, these folks need short-term credentials. They need to be able to earn a credential that can lead to some immediate, very quick employment, and then be on a pathway that'll allow them to go on if they wish. So we've been developing specific credentials like welding. You can get a welding certificate, and if you achieve proficiency, there are good jobs that you can access pretty quickly. So we've done welding, we've done phlebotomy, which is another example. And
What's phlebotomy?
phlebotomy is taking blood.
Blood, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you see me over here with a pen?
And there's a shortage of phlebotomists, it's a critical shortage. And so we have reentry students that I think we have the only program for reentry students in the phlebotomy area in New Jersey, if not beyond. And they can, and what period of time, Lori, a couple of months, 3 months, 4 months?
Yeah, the program is about 4 months, and then they do an externship with an employer. And then after that, they sit for their credentialing exam.
And in the case of welding phlebotomy, they can be earning salaries. They can be working, earning salaries with benefits, 40, 50, 60, 70,000 in a case of welding, and computer basics and others. And then those are nested in a degree pathway so students can go on. When you hear formerly incarcerated or currently incarcerated students of ours tell their stories, it brings tears because they're so grateful for the opportunity to have a second chance, and it as Lori's indicated, it impacts their children, their families, their communities. It creates a sense of self-esteem, and that truly education is the principal opportunity to provide second chances. And as a community college, all of that fits within our open access mission of doing things that matter for the people we serve, for the community that we serve.
That's amazing. I hate to bring the conversation to my hobbies, but I'd kick myself if we ran out of time and I couldn't ask you about the Film Academy. Is there anything I care to talk about that, the initiative that you guys are doing there?
Absolutely. So we're part of the New Jersey Film Academy. It is part of the Centers for Workforce Innovation that is supported by the New Jersey Council of County Colleges and NJBIA. And there are many centers. The Film Center is one of the newer ones, started just last year, led by Brookdale Community College. Hudson is one of the founding members of the New Jersey Film Academy. There is a lot of filming going on in Hudson County, and I just read this week about a new studio opening in Bayonne. And there are several studios already in the area. So it's just right for a program like this. Basically, the program consists of several different courses, which the Georgia Film Academy is the best in class in terms of film. And this is not our opinion, but of the film studios, and it has a reputation nationwide. So we've licensed that curriculum and teach that on ground. The certificate program, you need to take a minimum of 2 classes. So one is the foundations class and then one of the higher level classes. So we'll have one in kind of accounting the business aspect of film. We're going to launch at some point a hair and makeup and a production class.
So really all the spectrum of everything that's required to make, let's say, a film.
Yes, it's all the kind of the behind the camera
Yeah.
work.
Then specialty right there.
I know.
Ad,
I'm thinking about, dropping out and going right to Hudson County.
ad hoc professor.
Sure, there's that side of it. I was thinking as a student, I just wanted to learn, like as much as I could. But yeah.
I think it's
and we have experts teach people who are in the field who are teaching it, and then they bring in their peers and associates, so our students really get a very well-rounded education. And the program is relatively short. I think it's about 8 weeks.
Wow.
Oh,
So
wow.
so each class, yeah.
Okay.
So you could finish it pretty quickly. And it's really picking up steam. It's hard when you start a new program because the community doesn't know to go to you or to look for
Yeah.
you. You might not hear high up in the searches, and but we've really seen it grow. We've just started in the spring, but we've really seen the program growing. So we're really excited about it.
What made you want to get into that space?
So we want to be in any space where we can train people, our students, to get good jobs and have a good career.
Yeah.
And given where we're located in New Jersey, given the growth of productions in New Jersey due to the tax credits and incentives, and Hudson County really being in the center of that, we knew we wanted to do it. Plus, it's very exciting.
Laura, I think it's interesting too because I was going to say, and thank you, Vin, for that question. It was like a perfect segue, right? A lot of the initiatives that you guys are currently involved in or launching in are things that are relevant and progressive to what's where the industries and job creations looks to be headed today, right? You talk about data analytics. You're talking about film now. I know we've got something even before we wrap up regarding AI and the teaching with an opportunity is in that space. But it seems like you guys are really strategic in terms of not just providing folks with credentials to go out and hope for a job, but something that's relevant for today that you can have a great chance of landing on your feet. So, I mean, can you talk about that briefly at all?
I
The
think that's
intentionality behind it, that makes it clear.
I think that's exactly right. the challenge for community colleges is open access means you're supporting every student wherever they are, and you're providing the kinds of programs that help them achieve their goals and the supports they need. And that's a daunting challenge. I think all parts of higher education and all sectors are important. They all play a major role. 2/3 of my career is in the four-year university space. They play a major role, but the community college mission is arguably the most challenging. If you're Harvard, wow, what a fantastic place. But you're serving, 0.5% of all of your applicants. So it's the cream of the crop. That's important work, but not as challenging as, our being able to surround such a broad, diverse population. And so, to Lori's credit, she has been leading this entrepreneurial engine of our college called Continuing Education and Workforce Development. We now have as many non-credit students taking short-term credentials as we do credit associate degree seeking students. About 12,000 per year in Lori's programs, 12,000 in our traditional programs. All are important, but it's not just about programs that lead to great jobs. We also are the entree point for so many people who want to go on and earn a doctorate. They want to ultimately, they have very high aspirations, and they come from challenging circumstances. They start with us and then transfer on to other institutions. And when they transfer, our students, many of them, and this is counter to the traditional stereotype of community colleges, we have students transferring to Research One universities, Ivy League institutions, every part of the four-year sector, and going on to graduate degrees. We have someone at Princeton right now. It's first in his family to attend college. We have students at Columbia, Stevens, all over the place. And so it's an incredible institution that takes the word community in our title very seriously, meeting just so many diverse students' needs and providing the opportunity for them to achieve the American dream.
And Chris and Laura, we thank you guys for all the work that you guys are doing. I mean, there's a couple things that we can yet talk about, but I think we're pushing our limit here. So with all the expertise and all the great things that you guys are doing, I'm going to challenge you all a little bit as I toss it over to Vinny for some New Jersey trivia so we can wrap this up. So
Sure. So does everybody have something to write with and to hold up ready?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to throw out a question. We'll give you a few seconds to lock in some answers, and then I want to see what you got. So our first one, who is Hudson County named for?
Oh, you're putting this right in their backyard, man.
I know. I thought I'd theme. Not every question is Hudson County themed, but I got a few of them here.
Who's Hudson County?
It's a who and not a what?
Yes, it's a who. That's my hint of the day there. It's a who.
I was going to say the Hudson River.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I mean, I'm going to guess that the Hudson River is also named for this individual.
Henry Hudson.
That is correct.
Hey!
Henry Hudson, who charted much of the region in 1609. We were going to let everybody hold them up. Did everybody write something down? Randy, what did you write?
When you don't have anything, you're gonna go with Chris's answer. So.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It was too quick, but sure.
It's in Reber.
All right. I've never even said this out loud, so forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. The Kilvan Cull is a tidal strait underneath what bridge?
Straight underneath the bridge. I'm going to assume it's in the North Jersey region, Ben?
It is, yeah.
Okay. All right, so that gives me a little bit.
I need some jingle music here. Like,
Add that to the next show.
Anybody got anything locked in? Hold them up.
Fort Lee Bridge. What is that? Washington.
I can't even see. Lori, what do you got?
She's got George Washington. I wrote the Goethals.
George Washington.
It is the Bayonne Bridge in Hudson, New Jersey. Hudson County, New Jersey. This is often referred to as the sixth borough of New York.
Jersey City.
Jersey City. Yeah.
We've got a winner, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a winner.
I had a really hard one that I had as like a bonus question. I'll just throw it out. I don't expect anybody, maybe people know this. What is the official name of the residence of the governor of New Jersey in Trenton? I just found this word very funny. I wanted to say this.
Drum, thwacket.
That's
drum.
it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I've never heard that word in my life. Drum thwacket? Drum. I can't even say it.
We're
Drum
messing with
thwacket.
academic professionals here, man. Come on.
I know.
But I couldn't get the Bayonne Bridge.
I know.
I don't know.
I was a little so I thought that might have been like way too easy. It was like in your backyard.
Or you've got to get on Jeopardy. Seriously.
I'm not good on these game shows. Like I hear the question and then I freeze, and then afterwards I'm like, yeah, the answer was that.
You know what I found though is that when I'm watching like Jeopardy at home, I'm nailing these questions, you know, and then you actually go to apply, and you might as well need like a PhD in astrophysics in order to get through it. The questions that on the trial are so much harder than what they put on the show. It's insane.
I'm always in awe. I don't know how anybody can come up with all those answers.
And I'm sure it's a lot harder when you're, you know, like under the gun, the lights in your face, you know, knowing that all of America is watching you.
Though, I think you have to be a voracious reader, or if you are a voracious reader, I think you're more likely to succeed.
Sure. So I think Chris with 2 correct answers was the winner today. So congratulations, Chris.
What's the prize?
What's the what?
What's the prize?
Oh, we used to do what was it, like $5 gift cards to Wawa and Quick Check and stuff, but our third co-host absconded with them, so we don't have. So actually, I got one last question for you here, and it's if anybody wants to, I don't know, learn more about the Hudson County College experience, how can they get a hold of you guys?
Just
where
go
can they
to
go?
our website. You can reach out on our website. It'll immediately get to someone who will get back to you. We have a chatbot named Libby.
You named the chatbot? That's awesome.
Hey.
You'll see Lady Liberty everywhere here. That's our meta, or sort of our it's kind of like a mascot, and Libby can get you wherever you need to go, and of course you can call anyone here or email them, and you'll get a very quick response. Lauren, you might have a better answer.
No, that's what I was going to say. Go to our website. It's chock full of information, but easy to find what you're looking for. And if you can't, there's always Libby or the search bar, and that's the best place to start or to reach out to us.
So is it hccc.edu?
Yes.
I'm assuming, but I'm hoping you guys got that domain. Sure.
Yes, well, three C's.
Sure.
Awesome. Well, on behalf of everybody from the New Jersey Business and Industry Association, on behalf of New Jersey and all the students in Hudson County and abroad that are taking advantage of your services, and personally for what you've done for my family, we thank you guys for all the work that you're doing, the impact that you're making in the community and abroad, and we thank you guys for being with us today. And then until next time, guys, we appreciate you being here. So long.
Thank you, Randy.
Thank you.